Not to put you on the spot, but
just a normal guy who loves to learn about what I can't explain. I'm also very big into when someone tells me I can't do something. The hold my beer, let me figure this out. I got it. Um, which actually brings me around to I got into pro wrestling when I got out of the Marine Corps. Yeah, so there's some conspiracy on that one. But when I got out, I got bored and went to a wrestling show, saw some friends of mine, got into it, did it for 20 years, made a couple different Hall of Fames. And in the
wow.
process of doing so, I used to do some charity shows every now and then. And one of my big ones, I'm not going to name the charity, but I found out that like only 20% of the money being raised was actually going to the cause. And that kind of irritated me a little bit. So I actually, said it'd be great if somebody could actually put their money where their mouth is and 100% goes to a charity. And I got told that that is impossible. It can't happen. And again, that word can't. So I said, I know I can do this and volunteer. And I got many other volunteers, and we picked St. Jude Children's Hospital. Well, Wrestling for a Cure was invented. We're in our seventh season. We've raised over $70,000, and the entire amount has gone to the hospital. So
Wow.
that was my big argument on that one. And just from there, kept doing more and more. Ghost hunting, the paranormal, unexplained, UFOs. I love all that, trying to learn. I especially love different conspiracy stories. There's many of them out there. I do know that some of them are it's just a story, but there's some that, hey, there's reason they're there. So being a part of this and being asked, I jumped all over it and was ready for it.
Super cool, man. Well, welcome to the show, Will Hyde.
Thank you.
So, Tyler, tell them about um, your network a little bit and what's going on with that. And we're also being streamed over there, right?
Yeah, I've been talking to Kluge, who's backstage. He's our producer, trying to make sure it's posted over there too.
Producer
So
Cleveland.
our podcast network we're starting is mostly comedy driven, but we do a lot of things for charity, such as Wrestling for a Cure, as Jason Wilhite said. In fact, you mentioned I'm a ghost hunter earlier. We have an event coming up June 24th for anybody who's interested. We're doing a live ghost hunt from the Havana Gym. This is a location that Will Height and I have been at. We have had a padlock tossed at us. My entire ghost hunting team, which is like 4 individuals, is going to be there. It's what, $40 to get in,
Yep,
Jay?
$20.
For $40 donation to Wrestling for a Cure. Will Height will give you all the information.
Uh huh.
All the equipment will be there. This will be a live ghost hunt. There has been a lot of interesting stuff that happened at Havana prior to us. There's people being touched, people being picking up EVPs, all that stuff. It is an incredible experience for me. It is one of the gold standards. There's 3 locations I love the most, and that was Mineral Springs, of course, and then I love Diamond Grove Cemetery here in Illinois, Jacksonville, and then Havana Gym. If we're going to Havana Gym, people are welcome to come along. It's $40 donation to Wrestling for a Cure. Jason Wilhite will give you all the information on how to get there, what time the doors start, and what time we end. We'll have all the equipment there, such as RIM pods, EVPs, thermal equipment, cameras, everything. It is a live ghost hunt with an actual team of people. And like I said, this is a location. It's very, very close to my heart.
Super cool.
So,
I'm trying to post a link
and
up on our Weird Frequencies page here. There we go. So, very cool. So, that's our sister network also. And so Weird Frequencies is going to be broadcast over there. And Lord knows where else.
We're trying to get it all situated. I'm actually trying to get on the computer right now. So,
So I'm trying to. Is anybody keeping an eye on? Could producer Kluge keep an eye on the chat room for us in Facebook? And
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. And I can't even see it right now, but that would really help me out tonight. You are the man. So, someone said, Ted, hello, miss your face. Very nice. Some Ted fans in the audience. So, now, some other, we definitely have other reporters. They're going to be on the show. One who I think is still with us in spirit, but maybe not on camera. And that's April, right,
Yeah.
Tyler? And then also,
Yes, she should be joining us a little later.
I just called her by her street name, though. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Dang it. But she's Morticia on here also, and she's going to be one of our expert reporters checking in with us, and she loves Halloween. I know this, and she has crazy flaming red hair, and she loves paranormal and ghosts and stuff like that, right, Tyler?
Yeah, she is a huge. Most of the guys that I brought on are huge paranormal experts. Will Height and I, we've ghost hunted multiple times. We've had lengthy discussions about things like Bigfoot, UFOs, all that stuff. April is big into that. I don't think she's ever had a chance to go out into the field and do some of the stuff that we've done, but she definitely went on board. We also have Mr. Springfield himself, Sage Ramsey.
Yes.
He wanted to get in on this. I'm not sure where he's at today. He must be busy.
Yeah, I can't remember if he said he was going to be here or not, but he definitely was excited about the show. He was excited about talking with Ted and conspiracy world and talking with. Ted has a friend over there. Ted has a co-host tonight. He was definitely, said he couldn't wait to talk about conspiracies, New World Order, Illuminati, stuff like that. So super cool. So he's not only a wrestler, he's also a conspiracy guy, and he's super popular wrestler too, right? I mean, isn't he like the main dude usually that shows up at attractions and type guy?
He is, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay, he's a 5-time Hall of Famer here in Illinois.
Yeah, I'm 4. He's 5.
Oh, that sounds like a
he also has his own. He also has his own wrestling organization he's got going on right now, which is really cool. The Illinois Independent Wrestling.
Okay.
They're getting ready to do another show next weekend in Kincaid, Illinois Prairieland Independent Wrestling. And the guy has been a very good friend of mine for the longest time. Between him and Will Height, it's like 2 Jedi Masters is the best way to describe it. So
that's super cool, man. So we're glad to have you guys on board. So there'll be April, and then there'll be Klug. Klug. I'm sorry, Sage. What does he call himself on here? Dr. Sage now.
Dr. Sage, and
Dr. Sage.
For anybody who watches our other podcast, which is called the Best Damn Podcast, he does help people. We've had people ask legitimate questions, psychological questions, and he's answered them. He's helped a lot of people. So he is, you can't get any better than Sage Ramsey. That's 100% sure.
Tommy Nazes, am I getting his name right?
That's phone screener Tommy.
Okay. From back in the disaster days, you mean?
That's him.
The one and only.
Wow, what's up, Tommy? I know Tommy. We have lots of haunted mission schools on reservations out here, he said. Interesting.
Tommy's got a lot of things I want to go to Montana for. He's always bringing them up. I got to get out there.
So we have a really a great, panel of, I think we brought together. Even the people just in this room right now is a super cool panel of, different paranormal topics and conspiracy topics. And Ted's a great expert on, all these conspiracy things and, on religious symbolism and history. And I'm the ancient alien guy. And You guys, got the Ghost World covered, and Bigfoot, and Will Hyde said he had all kinds of good interests. And man, I mean, we got a really good little team going here. It's like an Avengers have assembled for weirdness in the world.
Trying to get Tyler to go on some of the big road trips that I do. I've been to Ashmore Estates.
Oh, I can't wait.
I've been to Mineral Springs, McPike Mansion, Myrtle Plantation. Fantastic. And the next big one that I really want to do is Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah.
I would kill to get in the Bobby Mackey's, 100%. You can ask Jay. Every time he says, this is the next location I'm working on, I start drooling. I'm just like, oh my God.
I'm trying to put a post on my page. We're back.
I wouldn't mind Skinwalker Ranch, but that one freaks me out.
Oh, dude,
it freaks me out.
Skinwalker Ranch, that place, I mean, it's like a TV show now. And have they found anything? Have they showed anything on the TV show legit? I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but
it almost reminds me of what's that one with on Discovery? I'm gonna brain fart on his name, and I don't want to take up time like that. But he goes out and he does a bunch of them, but he's got the history part of it, so it's cool that you're learning, but he never really finds nothing. There's always that build up and just kind of a letdown. But that's so far on the Skinwalker TV series that I've saw so far. That's about it. Same thing, build up a lot of the history, so it's cool. You learn something, and you would think with the amount of money they have invested in their security cameras and their technological aspects of it, that they would catch more. But maybe it's just saving it for the big finale. I don't know.
I'm wondering. When they don't start capturing stuff, I get skeptical. Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch is another. Oak Island, thank you. They never find shit on Oak Island except a stick or a goddamn piece of wood or a freaking coin at the end of the show. They've literally
to make you tune in next week.
Yeah, they literally found like a block of wood one time at the end of the show. We were like, did they literally just find a piece of wood? And that was a big deal. It was just fun. That show went on and they still haven't found nothing. And let's face it, the Bigfoot hunter shows, they haven't found real hard legit evidence, and that bothers me. And I mean, a little here and there, but it's not as much as you'd think. There's many cameras as we have everywhere, but same thing, with all of these things is we've got these cameras everywhere now. We should be capturing tons of stuff, and we only seem to be capturing UFOs lately.
You need to hear Will Hite's belief on Bigfoot, because
I was telling him that before we got started.
You should share it with the audience, because that theory makes a ton of sense.
My friend,
if you guys are up for it, I'll share it. But I don't know if you wanted to do it just yet or different segments or however. But yeah, I got a pretty weird theory on Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well, let's hear it. Why not?
All right. So my theory on Bigfoot is, the Native Americans and their spiritual beliefs, right? So they have their different gods. Well, we all believe, and we're told about Mother Nature. Well, what if it had a protector? And what if it's Bigfoot or the skunk ape or swamp ape or,
My friend Harold was Andy, and he told me the same thing.
Different names all over. But when you start really encroaching on their land and deforestation and things like that, what if it's just the protector that's coming out to protect the woodlands and the creatures? And that's what you're really running up against. And you got evidence of the big feet, but you never really get the real good evidence, and they can never really pinpoint the sounds when they take recordings.
My friend Harold Croy told me they were spiritual creatures. They weren't
exactly, and maybe that's why we can't get that
they weren't
100%
physical
evidence, and you never find the animal remains when because they die off, but
because you know what, if they're physical, we'd have found them by now. I hate to say that, but I'm that guy that's going to be on the show. I'm going to be the realist about Bigfoot that we.
Rob's not a member of the Bigfoot alumni.
You know, I'm not, and I've seen UFOs with my own eyes, and I know they exist, and we'll talk about that. But you know, I don't think we've come up with any concrete evidence of Bigfoot. And there's so many people out there that are just fucking up the whole, culture by being hoaxers and big time hoaxers. It's just the whole attitude is bad for the whole.
I do have proof of Bigfoot.
On you right now. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Producer Kluge.
Kluge, you weren't supposed to tell everybody you were Bigfoot until your retirement, dude.
No.
We just solved the problem here tonight, ladies.
That is a size 16 Nike.
We already accomplished something with this show.
I mean, what other proof do you need? 16?
Yeah.
We're not okay.
What that
We're
proves
not
to
gonna
me
tell
is
any
you
more
can
jokes
go
about
water skiing on ski rentals.
Rob, you got to get that on the website.
what, buddy?
You got to get that on the website. We proved the existence of Bigfoot.
You're right.
No, really. I mean, we should claim that.
I know. Yeah, you're right. Can you hold that up again real quick?
Do a screenshot.
Nice clear shot of that, please. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right. Yeah, you covered up his face. You see that? All right. No, that's good. Yeah, we got it. Thank you. Excellent. Yes, that's going on the site. So Will Hyde, are you? What are you running as?
What do you mean?
Like, what's your party? Anarchists, or
Well, he means your
Democrat,
political
Republican?
party. Like,
Yeah.
are you running?
Is that okay to
Democrat,
ask, or-
Republican?
Oh my, yeah. I'll end up probably getting banned for what I want to call my political party.
I'm a member of the Wild Party.
Mine's the Go Yourself Party, pretty much.
Really?
Republican, Democrat. No, it's for the people. I strongly believe 90% of the politicians are crooked, and I'm lowballing that number.
Okay. Okay. So, well, we're getting a lot of great chat in the chat room, man. Corey Hale and Mike and a whole bunch of people are in there. Sasquatch don't want to be seen; they want to be left alone. I believe they can go to different realms. See, that's what my friend Corey. I mean, my friend Harold would tell me that they're just spiritual creatures. That that's why there's no physical evidence. It's why we're not buried anywhere. That's why there's no bones. There's no nothing, because they're not physical creatures like you and I think of as things as physical. And he told me, one time when I was dogging on him, and I was like, dude, okay, have you seen one with your own eyes? Come on, just quit screwing around with me. And have you seen one of these with your own eyeballs? And he told me, he said, no, but I knew they were there. He said, and I could hear them, and I know they were there, and when they're there, and it's a horrifying feeling, and you don't even want to have this feeling, So, he really felt that he'd been around him, but still no video. But I'm still that guy. So there's some cool alien thing to talk about tonight. Ted, did you want to say anything about Bigfoot? What do you think? What does your co-host think? Are you guys on Team Bigfoot, or what's going on over there?
He definitely exists.
Okay.
Transdimensional.
Interdimensional being.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right. They're on that side. See, so it explains all of the sightings better than the evidence does.
He might even appear the way he appears to people because of some kind of brain connection, some kind of telepathic connection. That's what you think you're seeing is this anthropomorphized sort of thing. And so your brain, the best thing it can do is show you this giant, Sasquatch type gorilla man.
Really? Uh-huh.
I think that might even really be what it is. You know.
Well, a lot of times alien sightings will be associated with you seeing a deer before you get abducted. I
Yeah.
mean, not sightings, but yeah, abductions. You'll remember hitting a deer or seeing a deer of some kind, and
Well,
Watching something while you sleep.
you remember in Whitley Strieber's what was that movie with Christopher Walken,
the
Communion?
scary ass
Communion.
movie.
It was like the
horrifying.
whole idea of like they would hypnotize you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They would hypnotize you. They can make you see whatever they want you to see.
So you maybe really hit an alien in the road, and they just made you remember that it was a deer or whatever.
Or a Bigfoot. You
Or a
know, they
Bigfoot,
want to
yeah.
scare you. I mean,
He's
that'd
got a
be
good
scary.
point. Bringing that right into the mix. I like that.
Yeah. So that's a very good possibility.
You remember in $6 Million Man, they were like robots, and the aliens would just send them out into the woods, but they were actually robots, and they would work on them when they came back to the headquarters. They'd open
Yeah.
up their hairy heads, and they'd have the circuitry in there.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? That was
Yeah.
that was in the 70s.
Yeah.
I thought, whoa, what if that's what it was?
So, one thing, news-wise that I just wanted to maybe talk about tonight was something that Tyler actually brought to the table, and he sent to me.
Tell me this is Vegas.
It's
early-
Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Vegas incident. And if you haven't heard, you want to tell everybody about it, Tyler? You may. I watched the videos, and I'm a little skeptical, but go ahead. It's cool. It's amazing. Still, go ahead.
Dude, it even broke onto the news. It broke on Associated Press yesterday.
Yeah.
All the news outlets started reporting on it. So
We got to watch the videos on here, basically.
I'll pull the videos up here in a minute. So
Yeah.
apparently, on May 1st in Las Vegas, a lot of eyewitnesses, including some police officers, claimed they saw a blinking, glowing object just land out of nowhere, and this was caught on multiple angles.
They did get that on video.
Yeah. Now
The ball
here's
of light. Yeah.
here's what's interesting. This ball of light supposedly landed in somebody's backyard, and they called 911 saying that there were 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot tall beings walking around their yard around this craft that just
Standing by
sat
the
there,
ball. Yeah.
standing by the ball. Yeah. And it's such a weird story. I finally brought up the page. Hang on, I'm looking for
They
it all
straight
now.
up got on the phone and called 911.
Yeah.
And they were like, I'm looking at a 10-foot tall alien right now. I mean, they had the balls to, risk their going to jail and, to pull this off if it is a prank. But
All right, so I'm going to send this. I'm not sure if I'm able to share this. This comes off of us from.
let's watch the newscast.
All right, I can do this, yeah, because I mean I know
Yeah.
Klugie's just, but I can also do it too.
watch the newscast and then watch, at least some of it, and then watch the guy being interviewed after that, who's
Yeah.
obviously reading a script, but that's okay.
All right, so here is the initial. This comes from 8 o'clock news, CBS in Las Vegas. And I believe this also is a channel that features George Knapp. For those of you who don't know George Knapp, he's the one who helped blow apart the Bob Lazar story.
Mike.
So
100,
here
Mike.
is that. Let me know if you guys can hear it, okay?
Okay.
Can't
No.
hear nothing.
Yes. No.
Can't hear it?
Can't hear it.
No, sir.
Oh.
Send me the link, Tyler. I'll get it up.
All right, I'll send you a link. Hang on 1 second. But it's interesting because a lot of people have also said, I have a friend of mine in Las Vegas. I've asked her what's going on, and she's saying that like they've heard about this, but there's also been a lot of weirder stuff going on, like power flickering throughout the area. I'm still sharing the screen. I'm sorry. That's totally unprofessional of me. Power flickering in certain areas. They're seeing people walking around that don't look like they belong in the area. It's been a weird situation. So I sent the link to Kluge, so he should be able
I'm
to.
pulling it up now.
You're good.
Producer Kluge.
Southern Nevada
Doing
is
an amazing
abuzz
job
tonight with stories about the crash of an unknown object and the alleged sighting of strange creatures in the backyard of a Northwest Valley home.
So it was last night that 8 News Now investigator David Charnes reported about how Metro Police responded back on May 1st after receiving a strange call from a very frightened family. Well, our report generated a global response, and now piecing together the sequence of events has been kind of tricky, in part because the primary witnesses have been almost as elusive as the beings they say they encountered. Chief Investigator George Knapp is as perplexed as the rest of us, George.
As you know, this is not our first UFO rodeo. We first heard about the incident in early May via the Metro Police grapevine. The incident has a lot in common with other bizarre cases from around the world: an alleged crash, strange beings, and bits and pieces that don't make sense.
This is not a picture of the actual craft behind me.
Here's a video.
Just before midnight on April 30th, skywatchers across several western states saw a bright fireball streak through the heavens. A police officer working in the Northwest Valley caught a glimpse of the colorful object on his body cam. At nearly the same time, a Ring camera in the area recorded a strange noise and what sounds like a crash. One family living in a ranch-style home had a much closer view of the object. Two brothers and their father were working on a vehicle in their yard when they caught a glimpse of a sparkly object as it came crashing down, then were hit by what they describe as a shockwave. One of the witnesses, a young man named Angel, has stated when the brothers looked into the yard where the object landed, that spot was obscured and blurry, as if by unknown form of camouflage. What they saw next prompted a frantic call to 911.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
8 News Now investigators have spoken with family members multiple times in the past 4 weeks, but each of the 3 times we accepted their invitation to do an interview, they didn't answer the door or their phone. These are some of the claims they've made in other public forums. Multiple family members backed up the story in an initial police report we obtained. Angel says they heard the patter of multiple feet in the yard. They later heard footsteps on their roof. They saw one of the 8-foot-tall creatures climb behind the controls of a large
so that's pretty much the gist of
in
that,
the yard, as if trying to engage it. He got a.
So let's get the interview guy on the next video where the guys explaining everything. Do you got that link to send him?
Yeah, I have that link. Hang on a second. I've kind of been sending links out to people.
Was there anything else good in there? I think they show the body cam one more time. That's about it.
They showed a police's response. One police officer apparently refused to turn over his body camera.
Yeah, maybe watch the end of that. That's true. Towards the end of that, he does.
Look at
say,
one of the creatures.
He's
like, after the call, and by then had heard from other officers. They proceeded cautiously and managed some nervous laughs.
I ain't dealing with that.
A few days later, the family says 2 Metro sergeants returned to the scene to ask follow-up questions. The family says they also saw men in suits and sunglasses driving in a car with government plates cruising slowly past the house in the following days. Nellis and Creech have denied any interest or involvement with the incident. Metro has indicated they believe the family that something crashed in their yard. But what?
Someone else has access to it.
You know, you mentioned, George, in that piece that, they were frozen because so many people have been critical of, like, why didn't they get their phone out? Why didn't they shoot the video? Do we know if there's even any video of this incident?
Yes and no. So there's a surveillance camera in the backyard. The property owner keeps that because he's got a lot of expensive equipment there. What we were told is that at the moment this thing comes down and crash, this camera went out, and it was out for a couple of minutes. When it came back on, the object was gone, but the circle was there. We've been told by Angel in multiple phone conversations that he shot video of the creatures. We haven't seen it, and we don't know anybody else who's seen it yet, so maybe he'll release it at some point.
It's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, all over.
Thanks for that.
What's that?
If they got the technology to come down here, they can interfere with any electronic.
That's true.
This is my first
Okay, hold on. Pause this.
Tell you what happened to me on May 1st,
Let me set
2023.
this one up, okay? Now, so the big thing about the whole video is like, okay, well, if they have video of it, why haven't they released it? Why haven't they released it? That to me is a glaring one, because I don't know about y'all, but if I had video of an alien, it's going on Facebook right away. So this is the kid, this is one of the kids from the family. He was the one who supposedly saw this thing crash, and he explains more of what he saw in detail. So go ahead. Go ahead, Klug.
He's also definitely reading a script. And in fact, I think he's turning the pages every time he reaches down with his finger, just so you know.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video. I'm here to tell you what happened to me on May 1st, 2023. I'm trying to explain the best of my abilities. This is not a conspiracy theory. I'm not making this story out for clout or fame. I just want to tell you what happened to me and my family.
Turn the page.
And I know some people are not going to believe this, but each person is different.
Turn page.
So this is what happened to me. Keep in mind, this is midnight and I'm fixing a truck in my backyard. At this point, I'm only with my brother and I hear something fall from the sky.
Turn page.
I turn around. The only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky. And moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. And me and my brother looked at each other and we were scared, but when the impact happened, it was sort of like a shock wave. Like
Pause this for just 1 second.
experience.
Let me say something.
So to say, when I tried,
If you saw a UFO and you saw an 8-foot alien in your backyard or a 10-foot alien in your backyard, do you think you'd need notes to describe it? I mean, literally, think about it. Would you need to write all this down? I mean, couldn't you just be like, whoa, I was in my backyard and this bomb thing came down? And I don't know. It just seems sketchy. Go ahead. Sorry.
looked at the object, it was all blurry. Not my vision, but only the backyard area.
He was probed.
And I hear thousands of footsteps around me, and maybe a couple of seconds later, the blurriness was gone.
Now this is the
And
scary part.
here's the footage of the body, the police officer's body cam, and here's the object I'm referring to, the light. Video.
I mean, when he starts talking about seeing them. So this is the possible falling star, or also could be.
Here's a ring camera video. You could hear the
Elon
bang.
Musk's ships flying.
This is around the neighborhood. So here's the video.
That's crazy.
Pause it right there. Pause it right
Hey,
there.
wait a minute. That sounds real familiar. There is Moab. It's a big ass base. Oh damn it! It's not far from San Diego. And dude, the amount of testing on missiles, and it's a big gun range for the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines.
Hi,
They
Mandy.
blow up a ton of crap there, and that exact sound is damn similar to a missile strike.
I read somewhere after this and some of the information that they're near all kinds of bases, all kinds of.
It's open area out there, and they have the controlling interest of it.
Okay, so yeah, that could explain that. I mean, that's smart. That's a good call.
Like I'm loving to research and to look into it, but on that one there, I have to call.
And
just
you
on
heard
my
it with your own
personal
ears. So
experience.
let's hear it again. Let's let Mike hear it again. Or Will Hyde, I mean, sorry.
Here's the video.
Yeah, I have to chalk that one away.
So when that happened, the only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8-10 feet tall, very thin. So I called my dad. He went to the backyard and he saw the same thing, the same creature I saw.
Good call, Andrew.
He told me to go inside the house. At this point, we all freaking out, me and my family. And here's the video where we were in the backyard area. You cannot see it too good, but on camera, but it's there. Here's the
Andrew
video.
said only some of the technology. He claims you can see an alien in this foot. I paused it whenever you can see down the alley too. Pause it right now. It's too late. Back it up. And when she's looking down the alley is when, that's when you're supposedly be able to, you can see aliens.
All I see is
I
a bulldozer.
see
That's the
nothing.
problem.
There's nothing down there either. You can looks like no alien. It's
Can
not
you,
alien.
Kluge, can you make the screen bigger on the YouTube player itself? Go to full screen?
If I go to full screen, it won't let me put it on screen like
Oh,
this.
damn. Okay.
I mean, I understand that they were scared, and I can also understand why they didn't get any footage of it, because I saw a whole fleet of UFOs and I didn't get any video footage of it. So my phone was downstairs in the basement. I was yelling at my son to go get my phone the whole time. I didn't want to stop looking at him to go get my phone. I did get a picture of him though.
So they say in that video where they're all at the fence, supposedly they say you can see an alien.
That's what he's saying at the beginning. Yeah, go back to right before when he's talking about it. Could you please, producer Kluge?
I mean, are we talking this alien's a Decepticon? Because all I see is a bulldozer.
I saw
area. You cannot see it too good, but
you cannot
on
see
camera, but it's
nothing.
there. Here's a video.
Well, something moved to the left, to the right. Over there, I saw maybe some gray thing, but I don't know. There's all kinds of little weird shadows. Right there. That is a damn clear shot of a bunch of nothing.
all I see is them and looks like some construction equipment. I see no alien.
Yeah, and there's some kind of little lights maybe, but it looks like there's 3 lights from the camera phone, like literally like lit up there that are appearing and disappearing a little. But yeah, I see nothing. I don't know. Carry on.
When you grab a camera to go see something, why most of the time you're looking at the ground or the feet? Why aren't you actually holding it to look?
Yeah, right.
Every damn time.
Every time. So that's horrible footage. That didn't prove anything. Really.
For all we know, when the camera was pointing in the opposite direction, the alien was just sitting there at the gate staring at him and then just walked away. It's like, turn your camera around. Yes, you have good shoes. Point the camera up. No, they don't do that.
So, all right, he shows some more stuff here. It's a little more proof. Let's carry on with his little interview.
See, she's looking down.
Moments after the video, me and my brother went to go pick up my tools. Then my brother calls me, and he told me shakingly, "Look behind the forklift." So I look. Keep in mind, I'm facing the forklift, and then I see the alien creature. So when I saw it,
he came face to
face with
face
a tall,
predator,
skinny, lengthy creature. He was a gray greenish color, and when I looked at it in the eyes, my body just froze. Like the same experience as having sleep paralysis. Keep in mind, I'm staring at him, and I look at his whole body, and he has a weird looking feet and a big face, and eyes, and you can see a big mouth. And I could hear his loud, deep breathing, and I could see his stomach moving. He would just stare at me. Seconds later, I could start moving again. And I start running towards the house. That's when I call 911, and here's the 911 call.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we're terrified of it.
So there's 2 people or 2 subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like
That's
they
the
look like
most
aliens.
legit thing about the whole story.
Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
She said, "Okay, this guy's on drugs."
I'm waiting for the police to come, and you can hear footsteps in the
The
backyard
alien is
area.
Roger from American Dad.
And a loud whispering, like you hear whispering. we were in the living room area. You could hear footsteps on the roof. So we waited a little bit for the police. When they arrived, I told them what I saw, and they were kind of freaked out. Here's the body cam of the officer.
And now it's more than an hour after that bright light. Officers meeting up with the caller and his family.
What'd you see?
It was like was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah.
It looked like Elon Musk.
Yes, you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall on the skull too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or
they see like a big? That's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
That's what they say.
Police walk into the backyard to investigate, but Metro.
I did not see
So they
anything.
went in the backyard, and one of the officers pointed at the floor, and it was a perfect circle. Here's a photo of the circle I'm referring to.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Keep in mind, 2 officers came in my house, and one of them started
I'll be
running
damned.
to his
That's
car,
pretty-
driving around the neighborhood,
Anybody could
asking
do that.
passing cars if they saw a light.
What's clear, they're taking this call seriously.
hey, this might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky?
Asking others what they saw.
I would normally discount as nothing. However, seeing as one of my partners said they saw it too, only reason I'm actually investigating it further.
Goosebumps and freaking out. He started investigating that he told me his partner, she saw a light falling from the sky. He told me he believes me because her partner reported that she saw the same light as me. Now we're walking the front yard. Then the other officer came here. Here's a video of him talking to my family.
If those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
He literally just said, "Go ahead."
Moments before they
shoot
left,
the aliens,
one of the
didn't he?
officers told me,
Pretty sure. Didn't he say?
if I
deal
see the
with
thing
them
again,
yourself?
so don't call him, just shoot him. And you can hear in the video. Here's the video.
Don't call him, just
If
shoot
those
him.
9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
So they left, and we went inside the house, and we started praying. As we're praying, you can hear a loud human-like scream in the backyard. This is what happened to me on May 1st, 2023. I hope you guys kind of understand what happened to me. I know it's hard to believe, but I saw what I saw, and it's kind of going viral. That's why I'm here to explain the story. I did an interview with journalist Doc Papa. I'm going to put his video in the description. I'm going to make a part 2 of the stuff that happened after May 1st.
There
And
you
thank for
go.
watching the video.
So now let's talk to everybody and get their opinions on this. Are you still up? Still down there, Ted? Or you? I'd like to hear your thoughts about aliens. And he went dark down there though for a minute.
I'm here.
He's there, but
Okay, good.
poor lighting.
The light's lower than I thought it would be.
Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah, it's moody. You get.
I might fix
I
it.
see you kind of. Yeah.
No,
What are your thoughts
no,
on the story?
I'm not buying it, I guess. You know.
Right. Are you thumbs down?
Yeah, thumbs down. I mean, I want to believe it, but that's about it.
Yeah. So, what about you, Tyler?
I don't know. Outside of the whole police footage and the fact that multiple people have seen this thing, I believe something happened as far as the kids' testimony. They saw a UFO land and aliens got out. That's where I draw the line, because it's more like, okay, if you had just that little snippet of video, you mean to tell me you weren't brave enough to just run up there, get a selfie with ET, and pray to God he ain't gonna rip your face off? No, you're gonna get up there. You have any idea how much money you would make just by getting a photo of an alien? You go down in history as the person who proved there's life on other
Anything.
planets.
Would you get any money? You think? Think about it. Would
I
you?
think if you
would
got
someone just pay you, or would it just go on the internet and you probably wouldn't get shit? Don't you think?
I think you'd have people want to do, well, it's like Travis Walton, for example. I mean, he's a famous case of being abducted. His story was sold to make that film Fire in the Sky. I mean, all
Well,
they'd have
yeah.
to do is something similar, you know.
You sure couldn't go home and put it on TikTok.
No, you probably couldn't put on TikTok. I think if there's money to be made, if he's got the video, he needs to release it. If he's got anything better, release it. And not just, like we said, pictures of
Yeah,
people's
I
feet.
saw nothing there. What about you, Will Hite?
I think something happened, but I also think because they scheduled 3 different interviews and canceled, didn't answer the door, answer the phone. I think they got approached and basically, hey, here's your script. And they knew that the script would sound bullshit and people wouldn't believe it. So, and with some of the reports and things that are going around, I I think they got talked to first, and this is why you have the story that is way a little too off. The object where you can hear it flying. I'm
I
sorry.
heard him say the Men in Black that came and visited him.
Right. And then as far as that one evidence, you're not going to be able to convince me that wasn't a missile being tested somewhere.
Yeah, that was a good call. Producer Kluge, what do you think? What's your opinion about all of it? And also, if you've been watching the chat room, what are they saying about it? They going thumbs up, thumbs down in general, and let us know, chat room, please.
Rich said it was a Chinese balloon.
There, problem solved. There you go. There you go. There's the answer.
Chinese balloon. That thing was glowing pretty bright. It looked more like a meteor or a falling star to me, maybe. Maybe the Gov was flying it and they told the dude to read a script. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what Mr. Wilhite has said here. Similar, that they got talked to. And let's face it, well, my opinion. Well, what's your opinion, producer?
Bullshit.
Kluge? Are you calling bullshit on it?
Yeah. I mean, these people went back in their house and prayed while aliens were roaming around the yard.
Well, yeah, that was a funny kind of ending to it, wasn't it?
I don't know about the rest.
And then we went and prayed.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but if aliens land in my backyard and they're gone, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just go sit outside with a gun and just watch because they're going to come back.
Well, I think, like I said, I was obviously making fun of his big scripted performance there in his interview, but why was that a scripted performed interview? Exactly. You got to question that.
Well, you know what? I was thinking about that, and I still don't. I mean, yeah, I agree something might have happened, but I still don't think it was what they said. But with what you're saying there, if you were if you were very anxious about what happened, you might want to write down your thoughts, just to keep.
I mean, I could see that his English might not be good too,
Yeah,
so I could see that making notes.
I know what you mean, but I mean, I think the lack of any kind of real evidence or anything compelling other than this story that's being said would be nice.
Yeah, end of story.
I will say this: we know he was there because he did show up in the cops' body cam footage.
Well, I think something fell out of the sky. I think they got that on camera. The police body cameras, they got footage of either a comet or a falling star. Because I've seen with my own eyes. Yeah, I've seen with my own eyes meteors and comets and falling stars that look exactly like that, and there's footage of them all over the place. And also,
there's shock waves. They make shock waves.
Yeah, when they hit, it's solid. And somebody could have shown up and just taken it. The whole circle in the backyard, though, he could have done that. His phone call could have been a big act. That was the only thing that gives it all this. They're calling it the 911 phone call in Nevada. It's literally the most important thing about it is that this kid took it upon himself to call 911 and say there's 10-foot creatures in his backyard. But it's still, that's all it is. Is it illegal? Maybe it's not that illegal to do that, whether he saw them or not. All he said was, I saw 10-foot creatures. They can't really call that a fake call or whatever. I don't know. He was just, I don't know. But I think that I'm with Ted. No solid evidence, no footage, and there's great footage of UFOs all over the place. And why didn't this guy get any? You ever see the footage of the supposed captured aliens in Roswell? Has anybody in here ever seen any of that footage?
Is that the one that premiered on network television? It's like Fox or something back in the early 90s where they're interrogating it?
Yeah. Dude, that is some legitimate creepy footage. And, they got that. I mean, they've got some thousands of UFO videos of these triangle UFOs flying all over the place that are triangles, and they got orange circles. They have orange squares in the corners of them and there's like at least not thousands, but there's hundreds of videos of these things flying around, and they are most definitely flying around up there. Because I also saw them, but you know, all you got to do is a quick search of Google or YouTube, and you'll see, you know, do triangle, Rich Finley in the house. Government took the video, gave him a script. Yep.
Have you seen the thing that came out like a few days ago prior to this about the whistleblower saying the U.S. government has a UFO retrieval program?
Right. Why did they mention that government vehicles with people in suits came and visited him in the newscast? That was interesting. But yeah, who knows? They come and, you know, that's also what happens with a Bigfoot, and that's also what happens with when people find bones of giants. Supposedly, you know, someone shows up and clears out the whole site, makes it all disappear. If you're an archaeological, you know, like an archaeological dig of some kind, and you find giant bones, that the government comes in and takes over. But same thing with Bigfoot. If you find one actually and call them up, they're just going to come and take it from you, you know, and then zap
had
you.
a big whistleblower back in the early 90s that said that the government has a unidentified prison like structure, and it's got all kinds of supposed creatures in there, aliens in there, things that we don't understand or know, and it's for the sake of our good, so we don't panic and freak out.
I bet there is, just like in the Avengers movies where they got all the bad guys locked up, you know.
Mm-hmm. That guy was adamant about it, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared.
Or the one guy who claimed the one guy who claimed he had to fight aliens in a government base because they were building into this mountain, and they didn't realize the aliens had a base there. He supposedly did conventions and stuff like that. He showed that, you know, he was missing fingers, he was missing a leg, and he said, "One day, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to die. They're going to say it's suicide. Just know it's not suicide." And like 7 years later, he died from a supposed suicide, even though he told people for years, "When I die, it's not suicide." But he turned up dead and they ruled it suicide.
Well, it's getting, we got into our first hour, you know, we've gotten so many responses and viewers tonight. Thank you everybody so much. I mean, this is not the end, but you know, it's the end of the first hour kind of, and you know, normally the show, we're just going to try to talk about topics and just see where they go. Kind of like tonight. We threw one topic out there, you know, one big story that we had to get out tonight because it's just big news. But, you know, normally we're going to be, you know, talking about any kind of topics that we can think of that are weird things going on in the world, you know, like we've said, government corruption, New World Order, Illuminati, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, you know, anything. Something that we didn't cover tonight was the fact that the world's on fire right now. And I wanted to take a look at some of the live maps of the world and what's going on right now out there. And we're not really talking a whole lot as much as you would think about it on the news, but you know, the world, the whole thing is on fire right now, and it's scary as hell. If you look up a live map of the world, they keep saying on the news that, oh, Canada's on fire and they're blowing smoke down here. No, not just Canada. I mean, other countries are like in the UK and Africa and Australia. Huge patches are on fire, man. It's scary. They could use that. That could be the next thing to control people. You know, all of a sudden they have to evacuate everybody, or all of a sudden they got to keep everybody in the house because Corona's over. Smoke might be the next big thing, man, because there's big cities right now, they're canceling everything, you know, in New York and places like that where they're smoked out. So,
well, y'all stay away from me because I'm a carrier of the smoke. That's
Small
for damn
lights,
sure.
smoke them if you got them.
So another thing, we started a Discord. Let me get this out there. We started a Discord. The link's somewhere on the on the Facebook. And if you're in a Discord, you should go there and join up, because you can go there and post pictures. You can go there and post media and things that we need to see and talk about on the show. We need your input, like you listeners, because we want to talk about your subjects and get them out there. Things that aren't going to be on CNN and Fox and places like that. This is a source for that. So we want to get out subjects that need to be told, and talked about and discussed. And so if you join the Discord, and of course, even in here, you can message any of us directly, of course, and we'll work on the story for you. But, the Discord is just a place where we can chat when the show's not on the air. You can chat with other members. There's a text chat room, and there's a voice chat room, and there's a camera chat room and everything. But, there's a text chat, and there's a place where you can exchange media. And if you've never done Discord before, it's just a server. It's a place where we can share information, and the members can go and share information. It's just another place to go to, it's our server. Instead of having a website, now you have a Discord. That's kind of what it is. So for the most part, anyway, and we're going to do this every Sunday night. And I'm excited about it, man. And thank you guys all so much for joining. So
there may be certain days I'm not here because of my work schedule, but I'll try and be here as much as possible.
And same here. And same with Ted. There may be nights when, maybe it's just one of us here. So if that's the case, but we're definitely, one of us three will absolutely be here every single week. So to carry it on. And next week, this was an unexpected quick show that we just wanted to do tonight to get things rolling. So, but in the next few weeks, more of our reporters will be around, like Dr. Sage and April and Amanda, and who else are we missing? Mike. And also a friend of mine, Wellman, is going to join the cast. You guys will meet him probably in the next few weeks. So Wellman's a conspiracy guy. He's going to be joining us from he's a security guy also. He works for Luke Bryan at his house, at his mansion. So but he's going to be joining us every once in a while. He's a security expert.
He works for Luke Bryan?
Yeah, he sure does. A real actual millionaire, trillionaire.
Maybe we can get Luke Bryan on here. I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You want to sponsor a couple podcasts there, Luke Bryan? Hey.
Yeah. We that'd be great. Yeah, let's face it. But yeah, we're trying not to exploit his, connection with Luke. With
Luke Bryan, we are part of a charity.
We all love Luke, Uncle Luke. That's what we call him, Uncle Luke. So there you go.
We're also, I know, with our podcast on the Best Damn Podcast, we're also hopefully going to get a phone line going before too long, so maybe people could also call into here and talk to us in person and whatnot,
Yeah, I'm gonna do what Ray does, Tyler. I think he does like a Google phone, and we could just get a Google phone account and open up a line that way. Because I think only one person can talk to back and forth on that line to that person. That's the problem.
Right.
I don't think they can hear the whole room, so that's going to be. We'll have to work on that, but we definitely got to get a phone line for people to call in, because look at all the great, responses and people that are listening tonight. And thank you, you fans coming from the first season. Thank you so much for coming back. And when it comes to Ray Lytle, he was our host last season. That was our first real season that we put on record. And I asked Ray to host the show for a year. And, Tyler and I hosted it with him. We had a great time. And that was season 1. And, this season, Ray's just got so much on his plate with his own broadcasts. And, that he's not going to be on the show this year, but we're going to call him and check in with him, and definitely, shout out to Ray Lytle, and thank you so much, Ray, for being the host, for the first season that you did, and we're going to try to follow in your footsteps and carry on the work, buddy. So there you go. Other than that, I didn't have much more tonight, you guys. Normally I think in the following weeks, though, we'll get some topics out there, and we'll just keep the discussion going. And as long as people want to for the night, next week I'm going to be more in the chat room. I haven't been able to see the chat room tonight, but thank you so much, Producer Kluge, for your work tonight. Excellent, great job. I appreciate you so much.
No problem.
Thanks for keeping an eye on the chat room too. So very cool. And Will Height, it's good to meet you, man. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
Super cool. And Ted, Super Ted down there, thank you so much. Ted's gotten creepy lighting going on down there.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Thanks for being on the show. And we will talk to you next week, I guess.
You guys mind if I plug a few things real quick?
Plug away. Yeah, we got lots of people.
Okay.
Stream and
you'll be
see
able
you guys
to,
next week, Sunday, 8 o'clock.
You'll be able to catch Will Height, myself, Kluge, and the rest of the cast on the Best Damn Podcast. That show launches this Wednesday. We also have, surprisingly, a listener reached out. We're getting ready to start our own merchandise line, and we could probably do some merchandise for Weird Frequencies as well. I think it'd be pretty cool. Merchandise for both podcasts. And if anybody out there is looking to sponsor a show, we have 2 right here we can recommend. Also, for those of you who are fans of or are going to watch Wednesday on the Best Damn Podcast, we are going to announce our first fire sale charity for Wrestling for a Cure. And let me tell y'all, it's going to be one not to miss.
There's Dr. Sage.
He just saw the chat. He said,
"That's okay, buddy. We'll see you next week. We've been talking about you, though."
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I've wanted to do Weird Frequencies for a while, and then when I was starting to plan my podcast, Rob was like clamoring to do it the show. So I was like, let's just mix the shows together and get it from here. So
yeah, we didn't really talk about that. You're right. I mean, it was an amazing kind of it was just meant to be almost. It was like this mystical thing that came together because I was, I've been Tyler's been bugging me for actually the past 6 months. When are we going to get Weird Frequencies going? Weird Frequencies, Rob.
Oh, no. It's been longer than that.
It has,
since last year.
And so he gave up on me, I think. And then he was, he's kind of started, he's been on a wrestling podcast, a real successful wrestling podcast that ended, and they'd all decided to start a paranormal show of some kind. And they were just in the process of starting this show. And I call him up out of the blue and go, "Hey, Tyler, you want to get Weird Frequencies going again?" So he was totally so cool enough to just offer, everything that they had going on and mix it in with Weird Frequencies. And, the frequencies in the air of the internet just came together and created this. So it's amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't really a wrestling show. It was more of a comedy show, but we're taking the same comedy we had with that show. Everybody who's on the new show is all equal. They're all the hosts. They're all admins. We don't do anything unless we all agree.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it, and I think I'm serving with probably the best damn crew I can ask for.
And you're going to be on like 3 times a week or something like that, right?
We will be on Wednesdays and Fridays, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay, we'll make sure that we put up links on the Weird Frequencies page so everybody can go over there and check it out for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we'll be linking back and forth. So,
and also, can I go ahead and say one more thing real quick?
Say whatever you want. Yes, sir.
Are you looking to harness the power of the sun for your household? Well, look no further, ladies and gentlemen. Your next president of the United States, Jason Will Height, can help you gain that power with Sunrun solar panels. That's right, solar panels for your house, your backyard, your shed. I know many people who have gotten Sunrun solar panels. I myself plan to get them in the near future. It's just I'm broke because I live in Illinois. But they will cut your electric bill to mere nothing. Contact Jason Will Height today to get yourself set up and speak on the possibilities of you being able to harness the power of the sun for your home today. That's Jason Will Height with Sunrun. I'm sorry, Rob. That's all I got.
Who's also running for president, by the way.
He's also running for president. Yes.
And if his phone's too busy, you can get a hold of me too.
There you go.
Well, nobody cares about
He
you.
belongs to my crew.
Super cool. Yeah,
Kluge's
that's
also
great.
doing the ambit. Kluge's also doing the ambit now too. You've been doing pretty successful, I think, Kluge, haven't you?
He said, eh. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I missed it.
Benefits.
You missed it.
Very nice.
I missed it.
So, well, you guys, I appreciate all of you, man, so much. And this is going to be a great adventure. I'm looking forward to all these shows and the discussions that we're going to have. And we've got this great team. And, I don't know what else we could say except thank you to everybody. And thank you to everybody in the chat room and everybody that might be listening. And again, if you got ideas, please just message them to us, any of us, for the show. When video clips, things like that. You can message me directly anytime you want, any kind of clips, any kind of stories, news stories, bizarre. How's our little pumpkin Tyler doing tonight?
That's Roy. He's one of the regulars on the other show. What's up, Roy?
Nice. So, yeah, any topics that you think we need to discover, please put it, or just in the chat room right now, and we're going to check it out and read through them and definitely look into it. So, anyone you think that needs to be interviewed, let us know. We'll call them. We'll find them. We'll literally, we'll send producer Kluge after them. Look at this guy. You don't want to mess with this dude. We'll have him call him up and be like, get on the show. So, yeah, we'll.
This is not the new one, Roy. That one starts Wednesday. Sorry.
Yeah, Roy, this is the Weird Frequencies. This is paranormal freakiness. And then you've got Tyler's show the other 3 days of the week, or Tyler and crew.
2 days.
The other 2 days of the week. So there you go. We're trying to get something new going. But this is on Sunday nights. So we're just kind of broadcasting on both networks. And who knows where we might end up. We might even offer to broadcast on Ray's network over on Morning Disaster. Who knows? I don't know. If Ray wants us, but right now he's too cool to even answer his damn phone to me. So tell him I said that, Kluge.
Tell him that precisely, word for word.
Tell him that we tried to get him on the show and be our host and be our, our guy again, but he didn't answer his phone. So there you go. Weird show. Yeah, it's Weird Frequencies. It's just weird things going on in the world. The name comes from ghosts and the movie. You ever see the movie Frequencies? Remember that guy who he talked to his dad on the radio
in the past? Yeah, I
remember that movie. That's where I kind of got
that movie.
Thank you, sir. So do I. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And to me, I think it a lot to do. We'll talk about ghosts a lot too, because I got a lot to say about them. But I think it's part of it is frequencies too, and that there's some weird things going on with frequencies in the world, and there's a lot going on with sound right now. How it can relax you, and how it can meditate you, and how it can even spiritually uplift you, and sound's just an amazing thing. And frequencies, that's why it's called Weird Frequencies. It's just weird things going on in the world. But part of the naming was from that movie Frequencies, and I love that movie. The idea of reaching the dead through frequencies in the air and talking to them, and something unknown is going on out there sometimes. But yeah, we want to talk about that. We want to talk about connecting to the unknown, connecting to the dead, and things like that. And these guys are professionals on this subject matter, so that's why it's great to have them on the show this year. So we're going to have some fun talking about these subject matters and get down to the nitty gritty, and even do some live stuff here. I know they're going to do live broadcasts over on the Best Damn Podcast, but we want to do one here one night too. Definitely some Sunday night for sure. That'd be amazing to pull off of some kind, anything or whenever. It wouldn't have to be Sunday night. It could be just a special broadcast of some kind. All of us do or something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, I think this is going to be fun.
Thanks, Roy. Thanks, Roy.
Yeah, it'll be fun. You see, what's going to happen is every week we have about almost a crew of 7, 8 reporters. They're all experts in different fields and ghost hunting and Bigfoot and politics and Illuminati and aliens, and we're going to all have a story we're going to try to bring every week of some kind, and then we're going to talk about all of them and get down to the bottom of them. Damn it. Just like we did tonight with this alien story that most of us think was bullshit. But a few of us think maybe they could have been twisted by the government and maybe talked to and, were forced into this scripted thing that they created on the internet. But then Tyler totally believes it over there.
What did I do?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just playing.
You know what? I bet Roy would back me up if you played that Ring audio. What he would think the sound is.
The
Ring Roy got some
from the Ring doorbell,
some military experience or something. Or
oh yeah, he does. Roy's also ex-military as well. If we were to play that Ring doorbell, the supposed ship crashing, he might back you up on that. Saying
I bet he gives a different explanation what he did.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play this part real quick.
He told me to go inside the house.
Oh, here it is.
Bang.
What's up, Mike?
This is around the neighborhood. So here's the video.
Welcome to the show,
Now, Roy, what do you think that was?
So when that happened, the only thing I can see in the Ring camera video, you could hear the bang. This is around the neighborhood. So here's the video.
You see a weird shadow to the right past.
That's from a Ring doorbell, Roy.
What do you
So
think
when
that
that happened,
sounded
the
like,
only
Roy?
thing I can see in the backyard is a top picture.
Yeah, Roy, what are you hearing? Because I know what I hear. And it ain't no ship crashing.
I don't know. Could be a sonic boom from
hitting the sonic boom.
Okay.
Could be.
I'll tell them what you thought it was.
I heard a missile
Mm-hmm.
and a detonation. That's what I heard. Hitting its optimal speed and coming in and hit.
Yeah, that whistle. There was like a whistle noise.
Now, here's another question. Not trying to defend this video or this case, but what if the sound we're hearing and we're catching on that Ring doorbell is this UFO being shot down?
Good point.
I don't know.
Well, again, my
And the
only
government had
issue
to come
with
and
that
clean it up
is
real quick.
that type of technology that they have, I don't think we'd be able to shoot them down.
And it distorts on the Ring doorbells, he said too. That's true. That's just some shitty little microphone in there that you really can't, it's not a perfect judge of anything, that's for sure.
Now,
It's like capturing things on a phone,
I do think that we've recovered some things, and that's why our growth over the last 40, 50 years has been tremendous compared to our first few hundred years.
Oh yeah, they're backwards. They're backwards technology and everything.
They're reverse engineering a
Reverse
lot of that.
engineering
Here you
like
go.
Crazy.
He says he's heard that once at Fort Irwin, California.
Really? Yeah. See.
You got Miramar, you got all them out there, and Nevada's just open to a bunch of different bases where we blow crap up.
Sounded hollow like a drum, oil hitting the ground. Huh.
Sorry, I'm taking Kluge's job from him. I'm sorry, Kluge.
No, go ahead. You have access to do it too. So
Very cool. Wow. Great input from the chat. Appreciate that. That's cool. So Well, I guess we
Michael
could
says
stop.
it's perfect right there.
I guess we could about wrap it up there, guys. We got some good military experts' opinions there at the end. I like that. Michael Mosley says we barely have our stealth helicopters working.
How are we shooting them down?
Welcome to the show, Michael. So we'll be here every Sunday night, you guys. 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, basically. Discussion afterwards. Go join the Discord and keep the discussion going in there. You can chat with other members also. We'll leave the link up on the webpage. Thank you so much for listening. Tyler, E-Ted, Will Height, producer Kluge, thank you very much. Good job tonight. And everybody, thanks for listening, man. And thanks for the input. And we will see you next week on Weird Frequencies. Bye-bye.